Don't quite like this color setting. Oh, the buttons are too far away. Oh well. Let's see. Oh, cool. Didn't know I could do that. Hey, Jared. Hey, Serpent. I did your spell earlier today, Jared. I've done 5 spell. No, today I've done a total of 4 spells and channeled 2 sigils. Hopefully, by the end of the night, I'll have done 7 spells. Hey, Franklin. Hey, Morpheus. Hey, Karos. So the 2 sigils I've channeled today, one was for the Sumerian goddess Ninkasi. I actually posted a ritual with her on my WordPress a couple hours ago. The other sigil is for Al-Abiyad, the Jinn King of the Moon. So I'll be posting both publicly. The Ninkasi sigil was already on my website. Hey, Ignis. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Jared's about to do 1 spell, but it's just a weekly offering. Keep in mind, I'm a full-time occult professional, so Patreon and the services are my entire job, so I have to cast multiple spells a day. Hello there, T-Man and Stephanie. Ninkasi is the Sumerian goddess who ruled over beer. Hello there, Navdiat. You just finished an evocation of Eldraoth to empower a ring. That's awesome. Morpheus is planning on 3 spells from when he gets back from university. He's got to put 2 posts on his Patreon for his course. Very nice. Franklin wound up in county jail in the worst county in Texas. He got released just by using visualization. Very nice. Oh, hey, CJ. Good luck with the necromancy. Hey, Sean. Everyone make sure you like the stream so more people see it. Franklin didn't even need bond. That is awesome. Navgiat, you used the method of summoning Eldraoth from the book Profane Seals, and it was powerful. Yes, it was. And T-Man, good luck on your interview. I know Bune and Azazel can both help with those. Belial and Mammon as well. Oh, and Mesvito, aka Mephistopheles. Hail Azazel indeed. Oh, by the way, speaking of my website, I recently uploaded a meditation with Ereshkigal, which I should do tonight if I have time, as well as a spell with, a hymn to Ninkasi. Jared says Azazel is amazing for helping with work. I agree. Navgiat just evoked Fiasar from my blog to massively increase sexual magnetism, and they were shaking so hard with power that they felt like they would pass out. That's awesome. How goes the current of the couch? Quite well. Morpheus was reading my post on Atsug Thoth next week. Loved it, and weird since I said he appears as a crab once, and you have 2 vampire crabs as pets. Nice. Anything new you found about him? No. Sean Berg in Ryan Magic says, the Tower of Maladies alchemy rites he made this month have been very beneficial. Glad to hear it. Razareth once told me that you could, like, enchant medications with Dranamarsh's power to alleviate the whatever conditions you're taking the meds for. Navjiat asked Sean which rites the guy did. Yes, I released a meditation working with a Rage Kigal, alongside an all-purpose sigil for her. Yeah, I like a Rage Kigal. So the Michigan Magical Papyrus actually equated a Rage Kigal and Hecate. My gnosis is that Hecate and the Roman god, Ereshkigal, the Sumerian death goddess, and Trivia, the Roman goddess, are both avatars of Hecate. How much have I worked with Qurans on? A fair bit. I don't think I've read any books by Lucifer Faustus. Morpheus has been working with the Towers of Apotheosis for almost 2 years without any initiation formally, or without pacting to the chains of the abyss. Doing the lifelong blood pact with the blighted does increase what you can get out of Ryan magic for sure. Whether or not you personally should make that, that's up to you. But apart from the pact, there is no real initiation rite into Ryan magic. You just kind of jump in and start working. Sean says that he made his own rites of alchemy with the Tower of Maladies by working with some of the chants that I made. And apparently some of his own. I did not hear about the meteor shower. I've got to start paying more attention to astrology. What daily rituals would I recommend with the infernal directional spirits? Well, I would choose whichever group of directional spirits you like and simply design your own ritual with their demonic ends, with the chance I have to summon any spirit, stuff like that. What happened to Dreadwood? Did he somehow become a born-again Christian or something? No. So, from what I gather, Dreadwood very much spiraled after his divorce, especially since he lost custody, and he became extremely abusive towards his disciples, and he was not following through on the services he was paid to conduct. So he wound up having scammed a bunch of people and having turned all of his loved ones against him. So he was then kicked out of the Cabal and branded an apostate, and then EAGM Razarith took over. Razarith. Navjiat says that sacred color resonance and dedication of items to the spirits has massively improved their results. They feel like it has an exponential effect for each alignment. Hell yeah. Yeah, we've only got 20 people in. Dang. Releasing any May of Orion stuff? Sean was giving me the idea. I should probably channel chants for the rest of the May of Orion spirits. Between the EAGM and EA, who would I say is more powerful? I'm not sure. The EAGM is definitely one of the most powerful magicians I've ever seen. I can say that EA is the best magician I've ever done a ritual with in person. I can't say whether he's above or below Razarith because I haven't met Razarith in person, let alone done rituals with him in person, but he's really good. Could I talk about my relationship with Quilili too, and how I view my matron compared to other spirits I work with? Well, yeah. So, my matron, of course, is supposed to be the demon I work with the most. So, it's very common for me to call on her to add her power to otherwise unrelated rituals of demon magic. Um, Obviously, she's one of the spirits I call on in my devotional practices that are supposed to be daily, but often aren't. Um, she mostly embodies what I'm meant to become. At least embodies the main types of alchemy I should be pursuing through demon magic. What to know about Erebus? I don't really have any experience with him. Dribbling went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Yeah. Have I noticed any transfiguration and physical changes from Crescent? You can't really talk about those out loud. Sorry. Um, have Franklin's been working with Beelzebub, then Belial came into his life and took everything that was controlling him away. Right, nice. I still agree with Mark Allen Smith's claim that Belial and Beelzebub are just different forms the same entity takes, but oh, someone sent me a pretty decent tip today out of the blue. It was unexpected and much appreciated. Ignis says that's something he very much relates to with as Amdusius. Amdusius is pretty intense. Oh, thanks to Rapture. The EAGM wouldn't want to live stream with me. Not like he has something against me or my show, but you notice how, like, he hasn't posted on YouTube in fucking forever? And, the most recent posts have all been addressing problems with the Cabal. What spirits and so forth are best for financial rituals and spells that are tried and true? And who did you mentor off of again? The most recent mentor I had was Kane Sarial. I don't think he's mentoring anymore. I would not recommend either of the mentors I had before that. But what's best for financial rituals? Bune, Mammon, and Azazel would be my main recommendations. Mephistopheles, if you want to start a business. He's also known as Mesvito. Serpent says that Belial and Beelzebub feel different to him. He hasn't worked super closely with either, but Beelzebub comes off heavier and darker than Belial. Yeah, I'm sure they should feel different. Hello there, Alikar. Hey, Travis. Haven't forgotten about you. No, I don't work with the Black Gate. Everyone make sure you like the stream so more people see it. Kane has supposedly kind of fallen off the deep end also. I can't necessarily verify that. I don't know. I decided I was going to stay out of that fucking feud. What do I consider to be absolute reality or God in the sense of the highest being? In Advaita Vendata, they view this as consciousness itself being the highest reality called Brahman. So, and I've got one and a half opinions on this. So, in Mahajurayan sorcery, the first being is supposed to be Akrayoth, the inexorable one. Satan, Iblis, and Sanitas are all just echoes of Akrayoth. Akrayoth, pretty much impossible to summon. Never speaks human tongues, you know, that shit. The blighted lords and ladies of Mahajuraya are avatars of him, of it. So there's that thing, and there's also whatever spirits have referred to as God itself, which is a being that took no part in the creation of this universe. It does not interact with humankind, according to them. You cannot channel a sigil for it. If you tried, it would have to be like the size of a building. Whether or not God itself and Akrayoth are the same being, I don't know. Franklin says that Beelzebub is about renewal through death in his experience. The aspect of Belial is still new to me. The aspect of Belial thing is still new to me, but more forceful in my head. Nice. Um, I don't know what Oxrock is. Best deities to learn and improve new languages. Thoth should be good for that. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Hey, Gabe. Ronway should be good, aka Ronove, the Goetic demon. Franklin recommends Agares. How to lay on hands. That's usually when you make physical contact with the intent of healing or praying for someone or blessing them. There's not really a specific way to do it. There's one spell on the left hand by Dreadwood where you kind of lay on hands for physical healing by calling on Kaziel, the Lord of the Black Heavens, and, you know, main deity of the Tower of the Fallen. Do I think there's any connection between the newfound and confirmed pillars that go in a left-hand directional spiral downwards underneath the Egyptian pyramids and becoming a god through old rituals? I do not know. Yes, Gabe, I did channel that chant. I don't really have much to say about it other than what I already have. What happened to the Glacia app? I don't know. Apparently, last I heard, you can only get it on Android some reason. I've actually never summoned Raphael for healing, so I don't much have an answer. The Raptor says I've helped him a lot without ever directly working with him, so he wanted to show some gratitude. Are we allowed to send you energy or do spells that perhaps assist you anymore? I don't know whether or not my protections would allow that. So I can't recommend it. T-Man saw a few days ago a cloud that took on the appearance of a raven eating a salmon. Don't know if it meant anything, but it was interesting. Oh god. That guy's here again. It's not even really funny anymore. Yeah, I would recommend getting a couple like animal dictionaries. Um, Last time I got an animal synchronicity, it was the possum story I already told publicly. But I had three possum sightings or mentions in like very short proximity, like within 48 hours, less than that. So I looked up possums in a couple animal dictionaries, found out what it meant, and then exactly what I thought it was warning me about happened. Gabe followed my advice on dealing with lustful results that I gave during JS's live stream, and he's already manifested about $800. Hell yeah, glad to hear it. Franklin says Raphael will give common sense advice, but Marbos I've seen truly heal. And he gives another. Boy Matt says he's only 27, but he's getting some white hairs. Is that normal? It doesn't sound normal, but you should ask a doctor. Um, and of course, any spirit with physical health is should be helpful. I just released a physical healing spell on Patreon. I've never made a potion actually. Sean says the spam ritual doesn't have a life. I noticed. CJ says that he's been having Azazel, Samael, and Lilith follow him for a year via crows, and they will use crows to warn him constantly of things. It's insane and interesting as fuck. He's very grateful. Jared got white hair coming in when he was 23 to 24. He has his head almost half, his beard is white. Stress sucks. Oh, damn. Everyone, make sure you like the stream. That way more people see it. And we get more interesting questions. Do I consider Astaroth, the male aspect, adequate for wealth and money related ritual? I would say so. Jared, Jared asked, what was the advice about using lust as a result? No, we're talking about lust of results or lust for results. So JS calls it foot tapping. It's when you've done your spell and you're getting really impatient and stressed about seeing the results you're waiting on. It's believed to weaken the spell. Boy Matt says, yes, this checks out. This was the most stressful year of my life. His dog passed, now his job is nerve-wracking for me. Sorry to hear that, man. Last year was probably the most stressful of my life. Gabe has been feeling drawn to working with Glacia recently. I don't know why I don't have any ops or enemies right now. What do you think? Planning on pouring him a glass of whiskey as an offering. Well, you can work with Glacia for more than that. I've got a whole essay about him. You can just type in Jehannum followed by Glacia and see what else he can be worked with for. My essay should come right up. Have I ever dealt with anger issues because initiating into the angelic pantheon brought it back for me really bad? It's been hard. I did have anger issues really bad when I was younger. I don't know why the angelic alchemy would be causing that, but maybe it's just making you face shit that you've got pent up. Can you activate a sign up mentally? I don't understand what you mean. If one steps away from all spirits and magic practices for a while, will they still be there or abandon that person? Oh, it's totally normal to take breaks. Spirits will still be there. They'll give you time to yourself. Franklin told me about having 4 strokes in one day. He has bacterial growth in his heart that caused them. His heart is rotting now. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. Also, Zyrol, the suspended god from Umbra. Glacia can do a lot more than baneful. He seems very active lately, though. I've been getting called back to him. This may sound like a dumb question, but when does a tea become a potion? Is it intent dependent? Yes, it is. How is the Eyes of Jinn working? Useful. Very useful. Good to see you, Dark Life. Have I ever tried using Black Sun Organite? I have not. I've only got, I think, 2 pieces of Organite in my possession. No, I've got 3. 4. Do I think vampiric alchemy is enough for a human to achieve ascension? Yeah, it kind of just depends on how much vampiric alchemy you do. Devin says, I have 3 words of power that I can utter right now to get rid of that annoying dude in the chat. I'm not sure exactly what you're offering to do, so I'm not sure I can agree to this. What is the nature of alchemy? Can I talk about what actually happens? Yeah, your personality changes, your physical health can get improved, your mental health can improve, your self-awareness can improve, your spells become more powerful, your psychic abilities become more potent, so on and so forth. Oh, I didn't realize that was the same guy. He was less repetitive this time. The undead gods and the ascended vamp. Yeah, those are the same. Yeah. Eye of the Jinn was a spell I got off that guy's Instagram. Correct. Can I just like give that guy chronic diarrhea or something? I don't know. I haven't really considered casting on him. All he does is boost me in the TikTok algorithm. Does using AirPods a lot affect the third eye or psychic abilities negatively? No, I don't think so. How can you offer incense to your god self to increase its power? Yeah, I believe it's possible. Dave is the real devil here. True. I don't know what happened with the explosive shitting thing JS and I did to Andrew Tate. I really doubt Andrew Tate is going to post a video saying, man, I had such bad diarrhea. Ancient Voices has had a series of vivid and symbolic experiences, including dreams of a skeletal child with a beak, a snake handler, and a red-faced woman. Also been waking at 333 and 555. So, for snake, when you say snake handler, the first thing that comes to mind is Astaroth and Ishtar. Astaroth is supposed to appear holding a serpent, for example. It could also be a call to Valak. Valak is heavily associated with snakes. There's all kinds of beings, maybe Alpep. As for 333, that number often relates to Karanzan, Chagall, and or Doth, the Clefothic Abyss. The demons Sorath and Doth are attributed. Sorath and Doth. Fuck me, purple. The demons Sorath and Belial are also attributed to Doth. Maybe there could be a sign that maybe they want to work with you as well. As for skeletal child, that could be all kinds of things. Skeletal child with a beak. Christ is king, let the lion roar. And can my healing spell cure emotional numbness? For that one, I would recommend Infernal Soul Reparation or umbral, sanctification, and healing. Both of those would definitely help with your emotional well-being. As a witch, being a teacher and being really popular, do you technically develop an egregore of yourself? I hope not. Can my healing spell cure emotional... Wait, I just answered that. Ancient Voices says it's pretty crazy because he followed me almost 5 years ago. He fell out of the occult study, forgot about me, and then recently found me again through another very small YouTuber. Oh, cool. If you ask a demon for help with big gambling wins, I only know one person who's tried to call on a demon for gambling. Joshua Savage called on Mesvito, aka Mephistopheles, for that. Mesvito made him lose horribly, and then instead of helping him win, got him enough money to start a business instead. They usually don't want to help you get quick money. They want to help you get a raise or start a business or something. Are physical offerings absolutely necessary for demon magic? No. So broadly speaking, spirits will only demand offerings of you if you've either caused some type of offense to them or just made them feel disrespected, or if it's required for a specific ritual, which is occasionally a thing. For example, the spell I just released on WordPress that calls on Ninkasi, you have to have beer and you have to offer a bit to her. But most rituals don't require an offering. An offering will make the spell more powerful, but, it's not necessarily required. In your blog, the post about summoning Magoth, you talk about invocation as total or partial possession. How can you determine if it's only partial possession? Well, if it's only partial possession, then you'll still remember it. And you'll still have some control over your voice, your body, etc. Connor Kendall's Necromancer. I have not read that. Do I want a video editor? No, I do not. Would I recommend a reinitiation if you're kind of stuck in a sphere? No, reinitiation isn't the key. The key, you'd want to talk to your higher self or your spiritual shadow and ask, hey, what type of stuff do I need to do to to successfully cross this sphere? Would I happen to know how to consecrate a black mirror as a portal? You could probably just recite a demonic end for any entity related to channeling. And no, I don't work with the Mayor's Urian Legionnaires. Well, I guess I technically have one. Anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and close it out. You'll have a great night. And yes, Paimon is probably good for acting skills.